I just told these guys my pickleball match last night, my league match, started at 7:30 at night. It's my bedtime. 7:30 at night.
Yeah.
Believe this?
I was back in bed.
Yeah, of course sure.
Well, what are you going to do?
Well, I had to go. I mean, it's league. It's league.
Is it?
It's league. It's league. And
What's the name of this league?
It's called like
Pickle Queens and the Hinges.
It's called
Picklecocks. You got to say it fast.
Silver Sneakers. We're the Silver Sneakers, and we played last night, and we bounced back from the disaster that we had over the weekend. Well, my partner and I bounced.
Well, of course, because there were no stakes. There's nothing at stake.
Nil. True. 100% true. The competition
Stakes were low.
Stakes were low.
Expectations were non-existent.
Correct, and we won all 3 games.
Of course.
And our opponents, each opponent we played, you played 3 games, they all got 6 points. So our captain said, so you guys won 666. And I said, no, sir. No.
That's the devil number.
It's the devil number. And they all laughed. And I said, this is not a laughing matter. And I said, give one of these other teams.
Did one mutter over his Gatorade the other? I think he's serious.
I was 100% serious. And I said, give these guys an extra point to make it 6, 6, and 7. And they were like, no, it's official record. It's 6, 6, and 6. And I said,
now it's entered.
It's entered. And I said, I'm not signing that scorecard. I will not. I made my partner sign the scorecard. I said, I will not sign that scorecard that has 6, 6, and 6 on it. I just won't do it. I'm not going to do that. Absolutely not.
Well, somewhere God is smiling.
I hope so. I hope so.
Whew, I dodged another one.
Our bravest warrior.
Yeah, Satan thought he had you.
He tried. Not today, Satan. He tries to get me.
He's going to test you.
He's going to test me. He tries to get me in his clutches. I will
He thought he finally found a way to get to you.
I told you. He tries to get in every once in a while with different items like that. I see a 666. I avoid it at all costs. I told you that.
Satan's after me.
What happened? No. He won't catch you. He won't catch you.
Well, I'm being tested by Satan or by the Lord.
What do you have?
They've rolled out some new donuts at Krispy Kreme.
Ghostbusters donut.
Oh, boy.
I know exactly.
That is your movie.
That is my movie.
I know exactly what you're talking about. You see these?
I've seen them.
Look good.
They look great. Of course, my only hope is that they don't look that great in person.
Well, I think you're safe there.
Yeah.
I don't know that. Although, I'll say this. Burgers, like if you see a Burger King commercial, this has been my beef for years. Looks phenomenal on television. You get there, it doesn't look as good. Donuts, I think they do a pretty good job with. It usually looks the same.
Yeah, they're better.
Yeah.
I think, in my mind, the worst reality to advertising has got to be Arby's, and it's not even close.
Oh, with the thick roast
Where they
beef.
stack up
Oh,
beef.
my God. It is as thick
They
as it
are
can be.
masters of that.
When you open up the first Arby's sandwich after seeing it on TV, and this was our childhood. That was our special occasion restaurant.
Yeah.
We would go down to Nan and Granddaddy's and we'd get Arby's on the way.
Yes.
And then we'd open them up because we'd seen the ads.
Yes.
And we'd open them up for the stack of roast beef. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, I know. It's so flat when you get it.
Oh, yeah.
It's way more bread than beef, and you're just like, what is this?
But
That's true.
maybe the printing of the donut, maybe it's like laser etched now, and they use a stencil and they're all the same.
It's nice.
Yeah.
I can't imagine there's some donut
Person
maker
back then.
typing each little face on there.
Yeah, how do they do that? That's a good point.
Well, and now they have almost like, I guess, little edible cutouts you just kind of put on
That
top.
must be
Yeah.
it.
That's what it looks like, because, like, I really want a Slimer donut bad.
Okay, yeah. We have a
Big wants a
Slimer.
Slimer.
We have a Slimer. We
That's
have
the green guy?
Yep.
We have an Ecto Sprinkle
Mm-hmm.
donut.
That's kind of plain looking to me.
We have a cookies and cream.
That looks really good.
These are all
That's with Oreo.
Ghostbuster theme. We have a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man donut pull apart.
That looks cool. It's like 2 donuts together.
Yes,
Ah.
that's right. And these are all available.
Oh, I studied them last night.
Yeah, well, I can tell.
Now he did a deep dive.
Yeah.
I can tell.
I stared at them all night long.
They're celebrating the movie's 40th anniversary on Halloween.
40.
God, that movie has staying power.
I thought it was a summer movie.
I did too.
Well, yeah.
I bet they're celebrating now because it's October,
Halloween.
Yeah.
but
They just did a whole anniversary push.
yeah.
But this is because it's October.
Okay.
Mhm.
And this was not something, I mean, they must have kept this pretty quiet, because normally here this is coming down the pipe. But all of a sudden, yesterday, they were just everywhere.
Did this happen? I'll ask Chris Demm. He's the senior member of this program. Here we have a movie out 40 years ago. Now, when I was younger, like movies would come out, if they were 40 years old, you barely heard of them anymore. Like Casablanca is a classic from, whenever. But they didn't do like a Casablanca 40th anniversary donut or something.
No, they
like
certainly didn't do anything like
that. But
that.
now the marketing of these movies is unbelievable. And we talked about yesterday as Biggie reviews his Halloween movies. They just do the same movie. They time and time and time again. And
because people do go. People do like familiarity.
Yeah, that's right. We go.
There's tons of original stuff out there. It's just hard, You're not drawn to it for whatever reason.
The franchise, I mean, when they came out with the movie Halloween in 1978 or Friday the 13th, they were thinking, well, this is it. They didn't even think about it.
We'll shoot our shot, see what happens.
Yeah, it's 45, 46 years later, and these movies are still coming out. And really, it's the same old stuff. I know I'm complaining, and it's the same thing over and over again. And I know even that has become repetitious. But sometimes I think to myself, man, we just keep on going back. And it gets a little more watered down. It's not as good each time. But that's just how it is. That's where we are, Like, who would have thought this?
There's creativity out there.
Oh, I mean, I agree.
Don't be defeated.
No, I agree with that. I'm just saying there is a market for the same movie over and over again. Oh, I agree.
Well, it's a built-in head start.
Yes, because you know the character. And each time, like I knew those Halloween movies that came out the last few years, Biggie would tell me, they're not going to be any good. Yeah. And they weren't. But each time there was a new one, I was like, all right,
but remember,
let's give it a shot.
There was a time when, in my mind, James Bond films became boring.
Because they kept on coming
Daniel
out.
Craig was a great James Bond. They made good movies.
Yeah, he revived it, I think. I agree with that.
The Ghostbusters movies, the new ones, I want to like. They're not good to me.
No, I know
they're not good. I love, of course, the
Paul
original
Rudd versions.
Yeah, the Paul Rudd versions. I couldn't wait. I watched them. I wanted to like them, but it's just not.
How many?
And even they have the originals guys back in these now, and it's still not any good.
How many of the Halloween movies are good? I think 2. I think there are 2 good Halloween movies.
I can't speak to it. I've seen 1.5.
Okay. I think the original is good. I think Halloween H2O is good, which was 20 years later.
Yeah.
And that was supposed to be the ender. That was going to be it. And that was in 1998. Here we are 26 years later, and they're still doing it. How many James Bond movies are good? Out of how many? Was probably
how many have there been?
20 movies from
at least.
Yeah.
I mean, the one that stands out is the one Daniel Craig one, Skyfall, I believe, right?
Skyfall's great.
That was
Skyfall's
great. That was
fantastic.
a really just great movie.
One of the best. There are a few with Connery that are good.
Yeah, Goldfinger's fantastic.
Well, those early ones are really good. And then there are clunkers along the way. Sure. They're more bad than good, but still, it's a good character. Jay, you're talking about the Ghostbuster donuts. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Morning.
Jay, Winston-Salem, P1.
Thank you.
That Ghostbusters donut is not good. It's got green filling in it, and it just tastes green, if that makes any sense.
100%, I get it.
Okay.
Yeah, the cookies and cream donut's really good. But,
okay. So you've had the Slimer and the cookies and cream.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So when you buy them, do you get a mix or do you get whatever you want?
Yeah, my wife's office bought a dozen, and it was mixed.
Okay.
So you get like 2 of these, 2 of those, whatever?
Or I wonder if
can you customize?
I bet you could customize it. I bet you could choose.
Let me say this. You know what part of the appeal is, to me at least, is the box is awesome.
The box?
The box is a ghost trap.
Oh, it has a lot of...
yeah. So that's part of what makes it look really cool is it looks like a ghost trap.
Mm-hmm.
They've really done well with this. Now, I have seen where, of course, you can just go get a 3-pack, a 6-pack.
Okay.
You can do that too, but I'm going to need reviews like this where they say how bad they are.
Do they have the Ghostbusters logo? The ghost and the red stripe?
Oh, yeah, this is all official.
See, and thank you, Jay. That's what I'm saying. If that movie came out in 1984, enormous hit. But who would have thought that 40 years later we'd have a box of donuts based on that movie? It's just incredible the way we keep on
Yep, and you'll see it in a couple weeks. You'll see Ghostbusters Halloween.
Oh yes,
costumes.
Oh yeah, even still. Like I just got a letter in the mail from a P1 listener.
No Blake powder fell out, right?
No. But this is my example of how things keep on even though they're old. He says, I came across this little beauty and immediately emailed Chris Demm to make sure the size was correct. He's the only one that ever replies to my emails. All right, fair enough.
Fair enough.
True, yeah.
Accurate, but
Okay.
shot.
Wear this with pride, my friend. Nobody can be sad with B. Arthur on his chest. And it's a Golden Girls 85 t-shirt, which, here's that show.
Oh, wow.
I know. It's a beauty, isn't it?
That's nice.
It's an
I
absolute
like
beauty.
that.
I love it, too. Here's a show that came out in 1985 that ended over 30 years ago. Of course, I still watch it, of course. And now, there's still t-shirts available. And that's Ron Barr that sent that to me. Ron Barr.
That's
Ron Barr.
awesome.
Thank you so
I remember
much.
when he sent the email in.
Do you? And it just arrived in the mail yesterday.
I love it.
Oh, me too. Oh, I will wear that with pride. I'll wear that to the gym.
Yeah, see, now, let me say this. You wear that out,
Yeah.
the Gen Zers will be like, yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
You wear that to a football Saturday down at ECU,
Yeah.
you'll be more popular than your son.
I was at the grocery store wearing my Camp Crystal Lake shirt. Now, Camp Crystal Lake is fictional from Friday the 13th. And I was wearing...
After all those kids got killed.
Yeah. Time and time again. Yes. And I was wearing...
Gotta open the camp.
Yeah.
Like tons of people have died here. Yeah, but I see opportunity.
Let's open the camp.
This year I'll be a full counselor.
Really, when you look at it now, it's like, why are you so desperate to open that camp after there's been such a bloodbath there?
Like every year, tons of teens get murdered here. Yeah, but this land is pristine.
You got a boat launch. The kayaks are included.
We've got to open this camp. But you remember what happened. The bloodbath. Yeah, we've got to do it. I was wearing my Camp Crystal Lake shirt, which I got at the camp. There's another thing. Look at that movie. They've marketed that to the point where you can go spend the night at the camp. I did a year ago. And money well spent. And nothing weird about it.
No.
50-something-year-old guys going and watching Friday the 13th, where they shot the original Friday the 13th, is not strange. But I was wearing, a few months ago in the summer, I was wearing my Camp Crystal Lake shirt. And a woman said to me in the grocery store, she goes, I went to Cedarwood. That's their neighboring camp, right? And I was like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yes.
So she didn't get it?
No.
She thought it was a real camp?
No, she didn't get it. She thought it was a real camp.
Spent many great summers there.
Right.
Same.
And same thing happened when I was wearing my
Is that
hat.
the one from the Poconos? Yes.
Yeah, that's you have to say yes. I never correct them. It's happened to me a few
It's
times.
from a movie where kids get killed?
I'll tell you,
Yes.
3 instances has happened to me. That one. Also, I have a Haddonfield High shirt, which is the high school in the movie Halloween. And I was wearing my Haddonfield High shirt. And a guy said, did you graduate from Haddonfield? And I said, and I sure did. And he's like, I went to East Mac. And I was like, yeah.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
what you're talking about.
Go Mustangs.
Yeah.
Eagles, Warriors, I don't know.
I don't know what Haddonfield's mascot. That's a good question. What is Haddonfield's mascot? I don't think they mentioned that in the Halloween.
Never
movies.
comes up. I bet somewhere, if you did a deep enough dive, someone will have discovered it.
Yes. The other one is this, and this is much more personal. We have a friend named Jerry Rowe, and there is a little catchphrase around here. He's always messing things up. He's always screwing.
He's a lovable goof.
He is a lovable goof, and he's a wonderful guy.
One of the best ever.
But he's in part of our core friend group, and he does so much that a lot of times we'll look at him and go, Jesus, Jerry?
Jerry?
Gee,
That is the phrase.
That's been a phrase. Jesus, Jerry.
Jesus, Jerry.
Like if he's setting up something, it'll always be messed up, or he'll make something in the kitchen and mess it up. And we'll go, Jesus, Jerry.
Or a bad joke.
Exactly.
Or a bad reference.
Yeah. So after years of this, he used to go on the weekend guys trip with us all the time, every year. And so one of the other guys had T-shirts custom made with his face in the middle of it. And it said across the top, Jesus, Jerry. And we all wore the shirts.
And laughed.
It was so
and
much
laughed.
fun. And it was a great shirt. So I, a few times, have been out in public with the shirt on.
Oh, I never wear it in public.
You really shouldn't. And here's what people say to me there. They're like, good for you, brother.
Amen, brother.
Yep, amen.
That's what you're doing.
They think it's a like a really religious church.
Yeah. They think it's like your youth group counselor.
Yes, but I mean, they don't see the word Jerry. They go, Jesus, Jerry. It says Jesus, Jerry on it. And they're always like, good for you for standing up, brother.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's like, they're trying to stamp us out. The media's trying to put it. I'm like,
Yep.
We'll show them.
Yep.
Good to see you with your knees dirty, son.
Thank you.
Exactly.
I'm waiting for the Southern Girl Diet Coke love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's a phenomenal shirt. I've worn it. I wore it out on a weekend beach trip, but I don't wear it in here. I should wear it at Pickle. I love that. I love the shirt. It's got my Diet Coke
Soda
on
Girl, whatever it is.
It's called Soda Girl. And that's what, now I've got Golden Girl and Soda Girl. That's just what I'm known as, I'm Soda Girl. That's what they call me. This is the other thing that's troubling. It's also about movies. Now, here's a movie that is not marketed anymore, although it's on. And Chris Demm noticed something today. When I was turning our cameras on, the radio station was playing the song Surrender by Cheap Trick.
Yes.
Mommy's all right, Daddy's all right. They just seem a little weird. Surrender.
So that song often makes me think of the movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Because the character, Mike Demm,
He's scalping tickets.
and he says to the would-be buyers, you want Cheap Trick tickets? And he goes like, your mama's all right, your daddy's all right. Just seem. So he goes through with that. So I always think of Fast Times at Ridgemont High. So I was sitting with Chris Demm after hearing
30 minutes ago.
part of the song, and I said, I started naming characters from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, like Brad Hamilton, Stacey Hamilton, Mark Ratner, Mike Damone, Jeff Spicoli. The list goes on.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris Demm said to me, you realize one day last week you said the exact same characters in the exact same order, and I have no memory of that whatsoever. I'm sitting here naming.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm sitting.
That's 100% accurate because you did it almost. Last week you mentioned Mr. Hand.
Mr. Hand.
And I think the science teacher, whose name escapes me at the
Mr.
moment.
Vargas.
But you did the exact same thing. And I don't know what prompted it last week. It was not Cheap Trick.
It was not.
It was not your mommy's all right, your daddy's all right.
It was not. And so I say,
I don't know if it was the bikini slow motion scene.
maybe.
I don't know if it was fast food or pirate hat. Maybe it was a pirate hat.
Maybe.
I know what it was. It was a put up or shut up question.
There was a question from Put Up or Shut Up about soundtrack songs.
Yes. What Eagles?
Yeah. Only one didn't have one. Glenn Fry didn't have
Okay, okay. Now we're zeroing in. Biggie's correct. So it was on your mind last week during the quiz, but either the day of or the day after, you were just listing the actors or the characters. Excuse me.
Brad Hamilton, his sister Stacey Hamilton, Mark Ratner, Mike Damone, Jeff Spicoli, Mr. Hand, Mr. Vargas.
Boom, 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 boom.
And Phoebe Cates is Linda, but I don't know her last name.
Couldn't tell you.
I don't know her last name.
So for the second time in a week,
yes,
you've done the exact same thing, and you have no memory of it.
That's right. That's right. I did not. And
Daddy's not all right.
He's not.
Mommy may be all right,
but Daddy's
not.
Not all right. That really worries me that I have no memory of doing that. And I'm listing characters from a movie that is now 42 years old. Just listing them off like that. You know? Now I'm trying to think of the names of the other characters. Who's the stereo sales guy?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
Who?
And the football player? Couldn't tell you his name either.
Is it Jefferson? Is Jefferson the football player? I think it is.
Whose car gets trashed?
Yeah, his last name is Jefferson, and then the stereo salesman's name is mentioned because the stereo salesman sends Stacey Hamilton some flowers,
right,
and
to seal the date.
Yeah, well, I think they've already.
Oh, are they after the date?
Maybe it was before. Anyway, he sent flowers. And she says to her brother, what would you say if I told you to get rid of these? And I'd say, who the heck is so-and-so? Because he had read the card.
Oh.
But I can't remember the name of the stereo salesman. Darla, you're talking Fast Times. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's Linda Barrett is Phoebe Cates.
Linda Barrett, yes. Who's the stereo salesman? Do you know his name?
Ron Johnson.
Ron Johnson.
Woo!
Wow, you're good. You're very,
We've
very
got a
good.
fan.
That's a great movie. Isn't that a great movie?
Yes, it's great.
I know.
It is like the best.
It is. I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So when I sit around,
I'm not crazy.
Thank you.
I am not crazy. I am not crazy sitting around. Thank you, Darla. She's all right.
She's all right.
Your mama's
Darla's all right.
Darla's all right.
Daddy's all right.
I'm all right.
We're all right.
We should do a screening of Fast Times at Ridgemont High and have everybody together watching the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And we'll play. Oh, we'll have like the soundtrack playing and everything. That's awesome.
Nobody gets French fries.
Yes, exactly. And pizza, we'll have pizza delivered to the class. You know, like at Mr. Hand's class. Oh, and we'll have weed, if we wanted to.
That's on you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're on that one.
Spicoli and everything.